Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about a penny that could be sitting in your collection or in your pocket change right now, and it might be worth a lot more than you think. Yes, we're diving into the 1949 Lincoln penny. Stick around to find out why this coin might be hiding a small fortune. Hi, I'm Rarest Coins, and if you're into coin collecting, you're going to want to stay tuned because today, we're going to explore everything about the 1949 Lincoln penny, from its history to the rare errors and high-value coins that could be sitting in your collection right now. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more rare coin insights. Let's get into it. The 1949 Lincoln penny was minted during the post-war years, just as the U.S. economy was starting to boom again after World War II. It features the well-known design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which was first introduced in 1909, and the reverse showcases the classic wheat ears design, which was used from 1909 to 1958. At first glance, the 1949 penny might not seem like much. After all, it was made in fairly large numbers, with over a billion 1949 pennies minted between the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. But here's the catch: certain factors like coin condition and rare varieties make this coin much more valuable than you might think. Rarest coins. Most 1949 pennies you come across will be worth only a few cents to $1, depending on their mint mark and condition. But that's not the whole story. If you've got a well-preserved 1949 penny, or even a rare variety, the value can quickly jump into the double digits, and sometimes even triple digits. Rarest coins. Here's a quick breakdown of the value by mint mark. The 1949 Philadelphia penny, which has no mint mark, usually goes for around 10 to 50 cents in average condition. The 1949 penny, struck at the Denver Mint, is generally worth a little more, anywhere from 20 cents to $5. Depending on condition. The 1949 penny, which was minted in San Francisco, can be worth between 50 cents and $3, again, depending on grade. But, here's where it gets really interesting. If you have a 1949 penny in high grade, especially uncirculated, it could be worth $10 or more, and in some cases, much more, depending on the condition and rarity of the coin. Now, when we talk about high-grade coins, we're referring to pennies that have been preserved in excellent condition, often with no visible wear or damage. These coins are classified as uncirculated or mint state. A coin that has no visible signs of handling, scratches, or discoloration will always fetch a higher price. So how do you know if your 1949 penny is in high grade? Rarest coins. Check the details of the coin. If the date, the letters, and Lincoln's portrait are crisp and sharp, and there's no visible wear or flattening on the coin's surface, you're looking at a high-grade example. Coins with original mint luster, meaning they still shine like they just came from the mint, are especially valuable. Now, if you're serious about coin collecting, you need to be aware of potential rare varieties and errors that can make the 1949 Lincoln penny worth a lot more money. Believe it or not, some of these pennies have struck errors that can make tea. Welcome back to the channel. Do you have a 1976 Lincoln penny sitting in your collection or pocket change? Well, you might want to take a closer look because this coin could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. In today's video, we're going to dive into the details of the 1976 Lincoln penny and uncover why this coin could be hiding a hidden treasure. Hi, I'm Rarest Coins, and if you love coin collecting, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about the 1976 Lincoln penny, a coin that, on the surface, seems ordinary. But when you dig a little deeper, you'll find that some of these pennies are actually worth way more than you might expect. So, let's take a closer look, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more rare coin content. Let's get started. Rarest coins. Let's start with a little bit of background. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted in honor of the United States bicentennial celebration marking the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This is why you may notice that the 1976 coinage series, including the 1976 penny, features a special design on the reverse of the quarter. But the Lincoln penny still carried the classic design from the 1909 Lincoln cent series. On the obverse, we have the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse features the iconic Lincoln Memorial. The D Mint mark means this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is important when we start talking about scarcity and rarity. But there's more to this coin than just its design. So, while the 1976 penny might seem like just another regular coin, it was produced during the United States bicentennial. The bicentennial celebration was huge, and it led to some unique changes in the U.S. minting process. Many collectors sought out these coins as part of the bicentennial series, which means they were often hoarded, especially in high-grade condition. Coins minted in 1976, such as the special bicentennial quarters, halves, and dollars, are all very popular with collectors. While the Lincoln penny itself didn't get a special design for the bicentennial, the fact that it was part of this era has added some intrigue and collectability to the 1976 penny. And the reason this coin might be worth more than face value is directly tied to how many were produced, the condition it's in, and potential error varieties. So let's talk about that. Now, most 1976 Lincoln pennies you find in circulation today are going to be worth just their face value of 1 cent. However, the value can start to rise significantly if the coin is in higher grades. Coins in excellent or uncirculated condition could easily fetch $1 to $3 or even higher, depending on the quality. If you've got a 1976 penny in great condition, graded as MS63 or higher, it could be worth a few bucks. But if you're thinking, hey, that's not much, hold and gnaw, because this is where the value starts to get interesting. Rarest coins: if you have a 1976 penny with the notable error or a variety, the value could skyrocket. Let's take a look at some of the rare varieties and errors that have been found in the 1976 penny that can make them worth a lot more money. One of the most valuable errors found in the 1976 Lincoln penny is the double die variety. A double die occurs when. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to explore a classic penny that may be hiding more value than you think. Yes, you guessed it, the 1963 Lincoln penny. You might think this coin is just another old penny, but trust me, some of these can be worth a lot more than 1 cent. Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into why the 1963 Lincoln penny could be worth big money. Hi, I'm Rarest Coins, and today we'll take a closer look at the 1963 Lincoln penny, one of the most commonly circulated pennies, but with some surprising twists. So, whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned expert, you're going to want to hear this. But before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome coin info. Let's dive in. The 1963 Lincoln penny is a copper coin that was produced by the U.S. Mint during the reign of President John F. Kennedy. It features the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The 1963 penny was minted in two places: Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and Denver, with a D mint mark. Rarest coins now. While most of these pennies were minted in large numbers and can still be found in circulation today, there are some key factors that make certain 1963 pennies much more valuable than others. So, let's talk about what makes this coin stand out from the rest. When it comes to collecting coins, condition is everything, and the 1963 Lincoln penny is no exception. If you have one that is in excellent condition, especially if it's uncirculated, you could be holding onto something worth far more than its face value. Coins that are well preserved and have no visible wear can often fetch a premium with collectors. A penny that is graded as uncirculated or mint state can be worth anywhere from $1 to $5 or even more, depending on the condition. But how do you tell if your penny is in good condition? Let's take a closer look. Look at the fine details of the coin. The date, the Lincoln portrait, and the lettering should be sharp and well defined. If you notice any signs of wear, like flattening or loss of detail, the value of the penny will drop. But if you've got a 1963 penny with crisp, original mint luster and no visible damage, that's where the value starts to go up. Rarest coins now. Here's where things get really interesting. The 1963 Lincoln penny is known to have a few rare varieties and errors that can make it worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Let's go through some of the most valuable error types that collectors are hunting for. One of the most sought-after errors for the 1963 penny is the double die variety. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing a doubling effect on the letters and numbers. On a 1963 penny, you'll most likely see doubling on the word Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the date itself. If you find a 1963 penny with noticeable doubling, especially on the letters, you could be sitting on a valuable coin. A 1963 double die penny can easily be worth $50 to $100, and in some cases, even more, depending on the severity of the doubling and its condition. Rarest coins. Another rare error that can significantly increase the value of your 1963 penny is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the die press, resulting in a design that's struck off to one side. Off-center 1963 pennies can be worth anywhere from $20 to $100, depending on how much the design is misaligned. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to explore a penny from 1984 that might be worth a lot more than you think. It's easy to overlook a 1984 Lincoln penny in your pocket change, but some of these coins could have surprising value. Stick around to learn why this particular penny is catching the eyes of collectors. Hi, I'm Rarest Coins, and if you're a fan of rare coins or just curious about what might be hiding in your collection, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into the 1984 Lincoln penny, what makes it special, what to look out for, and how you can turn a simple penny into something much more valuable. So, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Let's start with the basics. The 1984 Lincoln penny, like most modern pennies, features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The design of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse was used from 1959 to 2008, before being replaced by the Union Shield design in 2010. 1984 was a year when the U.S. Mint was still making large numbers of pennies, and they were primarily composed of 95% copper, with a small amount of the tin and zinc. While the 1984 penny may not look particularly rare at first glance, it's actually one of the more interesting years when it comes to coin collecting. Why? Well, let's talk about its potential value. $2 million rarest coins. Rarest coins. Just like most years, the 1984 Lincoln penny was minted in large quantities at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. However, what's interesting about this particular coin is the fact that its value largely depends on the mint mark, the coin's condition, and any potential errors or varieties. But don't worry, I'll walk you through it. Most 1984 pennies, especially in worn condition, are worth only their face value of 1 cent. But there are a few factors that could significantly increase the value of these pennies, especially for high-grade examples or those with unique characteristics. So, let's break down what exactly to look for in a 1984 penny. Rarest coins first. Let's talk about condition. The value of any coin is largely determined by its condition, or grade. A 1984 penny that's been heavily circulated, with scratches, wear, and discoloration, won't be worth much more than 1 cent. But a coin that's been kept in excellent, uncirculated condition could be worth more, sometimes much more. The grading system ranges from poor to mint state, with coins rated MS63 or higher considered uncirculated and valuable. A 1984 penny that is rated MS65 or higher, meaning it's virtually flawless and has its original luster, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20, or even more, depending on demand. Rarest coins. Now, this isn't something you're likely to find every day, but if you come across a 1984 penny in mint condition, especially one that's been preserved in a holder or in a coin roll, it could be worth more than just face value. So, it's worth checking out the pennies in your collection. Now, let's get to the fun part of rare errors and varieties. This is where things can get really exciting. Sometimes, a 1984 penny can have a mistake that makes it much more valuable than yo. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you don't miss any of our in-depth coin discussions. Today, we're diving into a coin that's been generating a lot of buzz in the numismatic world, the 1979 Lincoln penny. You might think, hey, wait a minute, that's just a penny, what makes it so special? Well, that's exactly what we're about to uncover. Rarest coins. 1. The 1979 Lincoln penny. Basic info. First, let's start with some basic facts. The 1979 Lincoln penny was minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver. As indicated by the AD mint mark, it's made of copper-plated ink, just like other pennies from the same era. But what sets this coin apart is the fact that it was part of a unique production run, and within that run, there were some unexpected anomalies. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced nearly 6 billion pennies that year, with a significant portion coming from the Denver Mint. At first glance, these pennies look like any other coin from the late 70s. However, due to a variety of factors ranging from die errors to the exact positioning of the dies used in production, some of these 1979 pennies are worth a lot more than their face value. 1 million rarest coins. 2. What makes the 1979 Lincoln penny special? So what exactly is it about the 1979 Lincoln penny that has coin collectors so excited? Well, there are actually a couple of key factors to look out for. Some of the 1979 pennies feature die errors, which create very unique and valuable varieties. Rarest coins. One of the most famous varieties of the 1979 penny is the AD/D error. This is a result of the Denver Mint accidentally using a die that had already been stamped with the letter AD, but it was overstruck with another AD. This creates a doubled mint mark, which can be clearly visible under magnification. pp. You can tell that this penny has the AD/D error by looking closely at the mint mark. Instead of the typical single AD, you'll see a slightly doubled or overlapping mint mark. In some cases, the doubling is very noticeable, while in others, it's subtle but still distinct. 3. Rarity and how to identify the 1979 penny with AD/D error. So, how do you identify a 1979 penny with this valuable AD/D error? First of all, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. The doubling on the mint mark should be visible when you zoom in. Rarest coins. Look at the mint mark closely on the reverse of the coin. Right below the date, a clear sign of the AD/D error will show a second, slightly smaller AD partially overlapping with the first AD. Rarest coins. Now, these coins are relatively rare. Not every 1979 penny you come across will have this error, but when you find one, it can fetch quite a premium. And here's the big question, how much is this penny actually worth? 4. 1979 AD/D penny value. Depending on the condition of the coin, a 1979 penny with a AD/D mint mark error can be worth anywhere from $100 to $500 in average circulated condition. If it's in mint state or graded high by professional numismatists, it could even reach $1,000 or more. Yes, that's right, $1,000 for a penny. Rarest coins. And if you have a rare specimen that's been graded by a professional service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or a professional coin grading service, PCGS, it could be worth even more. Coins in mint condition, especially those with clear, sharp errors, can command astronomical prices at auction. 5. Other potentially valuable 1979 Lincoln pennies. While the AD/D error is TH. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the world of coin collecting. Today, we're focusing on a coin that might be hiding in your pocket right now, the 1988 Lincoln penny. You may not have thought twice about this coin before, but after watching this video, you'll know exactly why this penny could be worth a lot of money. Rarest coins. 1. The basics of the 1988 Lincoln penny. First, let's start with the basics. The 1988 Lincoln penny was minted by the U.S. Mint in Denver, as denoted by the AD mint mark. It's made of copper-plated ink, like most modern pennies, and it features the iconic design of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Over 6,001,988 pennies were struck that year, so, at first glance, it doesn't seem like a particularly rare or valuable coin. Rarest coins. But here's where things get interesting. While the 1988 Lincoln penny is generally worth only its face value of 1 cent, there are certain rare versions of this penny that are worth much more if you know what to look for. 2. Why the 1988 penny is special. Die errors and varieties. So, why is the 1988 Lincoln penny worth more than just 1 cent? Well, in the world of coin collecting, errors and unique varieties are a big deal, and as it turns out, the 1988 penny has a few rare varieties and die errors that make it worth more than you might think. Rarest coins. Coin errors, like misstrikes, die cracks, and doubled dies, can make a common penny worth a lot of money. The 1988 penny, while not the most famous error coin, has its own set of valuable varieties that are highly sought after by collectors. 3. The 1988 aone penny. Let's talk about one of the most notable varieties of the 1988 penny, the aone penny. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the aone penny so special? On the reverse of most modern pennies, the letters A and AM in the word America are very close together. But on a select number of 1988 pennies, the spacing between the A and AM is noticeably wider. This is called the aone variety, and it's a key indicator that the coin could be worth much more than face value. Now, this error isn't extremely common, but if you find a 1988 penny with a wide AM, you could be sitting on a valuable coin. The wide spacing between the letters is a product of a die variety, which makes these pennies much rarer and more collectible. The key difference is in the reverse. Look closely at the word America. The normal 1988 penny has very tight spacing between the A and AM, while the aone penny has a noticeable gap. If you spot one of these rare aone pennies, it's time to get excited. 4. 1988 aone penny valued $1 million. Rarest coins. Now, here's the big question. How much could a 1988 aone penny be worth? In general, these rare coins can sell for anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on their condition. But, in some cases, if it's in mint state or has been graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC, it can easily fetch $1,000 or more. Rarest coins. Of course, the condition of the coin is incredibly important. Coins in uncirculated or gem quality condition will always bring in higher prices. So, if you find a 1988 aone penny that looks almost brand new, don't be surprised if it's worth a few $100s or more. 5. Other valuable 1988 penny errors. While the aone variety is the most famous, it's not the only valuable 1988 penny out there. There are. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss one of our deep dives into coin collecting and rare finds. Today, we're going to talk about the 1982 Lincoln penny, one of the most interesting and valuable pennies you might find in your change. So, let's dive in and find out why this penny is worth much more than just 1 cent. Let's start with the basics of the 1982 Lincoln penny. The coin was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the AD mint mark. It features the classic design of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and on the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, which was used from 1959 to 2008. Nothing too unusual, right? Rarest coins, however, here's where things start to get interesting. 1982 was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. It was the year they made a major change in the composition of the penny. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper. But, starting that year, the mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper prices. This change means that some 1982 pennies are made of copper, while others are made of zinc, and that's where the valuable coins come in. 2. The two types of 1982 pennies, copper versus zinc. So, here's the catch. 1982 was the year the U.S. Mint started transitioning from copper pennies to zinc pennies. That means that in 1982, there are two different types of pennies. Some are made of 95% copper, just like the older pennies, and others are made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. On top of that, the mint actually produced both types in the same year. So, if you find a 1982 penny, you have to figure out whether it's copper or zinc. And if you have a copper 1982 penny, especially a 1982D penny, hold on to it because that's where the real value lies. Rarest coins. 3. Why the 1982D copper penny is worth so much. Now let's talk about why. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on all things coin collecting. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1970D Lincoln penny, and trust me, this is one coin you'll want to keep an eye out for. It might look like just another penny, but some 1970D pennies are worth a lot of money. Let's take a closer look and find out why. Rarest coins. 1. The basics of the 1970D Lincoln penny. Before we get into the rare and valuable aspects of the 1970D penny, let's take a step back and discuss the basics. The 1970D Lincoln penny is a regular circulating coin, meaning it was made for everyday use. The obverse features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, which was used on pennies from 1959 to 2008. Rarest coins. Nothing about this coin seems out of the ordinary at first glance, but there's a rare version of this coin that makes it highly valuable. And, no, it's not just about finding a coin that looks shiny or has a unique design. There's a specific error that could make your 1970D penny worth a small fortune. 2. The 1970D double die obverse penny. Now, here's where the fun begins. The 1970D Lincoln penny became famous because of an error called a double die obverse, or DDO. This error happens when the coin is struck by the die more than once, creating a doubling effect on the details of the obverse, such as Lincoln's eye, the date, and the lettering. Rarest coins. As you can see in the image, the doubling isn't just subtle, it's very noticeable, especially in the date and around Lincoln's eye. This particular die error made a few 1970D pennies very rare and highly desirable to collectors. 3. How to identify a 1970D double die obverse penny. Okay, so how can you tell if you've got a valuable 1970D double die obverse penny? First things first. Look closely at the date and Lincoln's portrait. If you see doubling in the numbers of the date or around the details of Lincoln's face and hair, you've likely found one of these rare coins. Focus on the A7 and A0 in the year A 1970. If you notice a visible doubling effect where the number appears to be doubled or shifted to the side, then congratulations, you've found a double die obverse penny. Another telltale sign is in Lincoln's eye, where doubling can be clearly seen, as well as the motto "E pluribus unum" above Lincoln's head. 4. The value of the 1970D double die obverse penny. Now, let's talk about the value. You might be wondering, how much could this 1970D double die obverse penny be worth? Well, it depends on their condition, but these coins are worth significantly more than their face value. $1 million. Rarest coins. On average, you can expect the 1970D double die obverse penny to sell for anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on its condition. But if you happen to find one in uncirculated condition or a high-grade example, it could easily fetch upwards of $1,000 or more. In fact, some of these coins have been known to sell for over $2,000 in premium auction settings. It all comes down to the rarity, condition, and demand for this particular error coin. 5. Other valuable 1970D penny errors and varieties. While the 1970D double die obverse penny is the most famous, there are other variations of the 1970D penny that can be valuable too. For instance, some 1970D pennies have been found with other types of die errors. In